How are you today? Everything going all right with you? Great. Thank you for joining me in this session this evening. We're doing psychic healer energy healing, focusing on the topic that I will pick. Okay. Sometimes you're feeling low, and sometimes you feel high, but you mostly feel low, and you want to feel high. So you want to bring the high up to the low to the high and stay balanced. So we're focusing on balancing. Balancing your, balancing your levels, okay? Your levels of life. That's it. Balancing your levels of life. That's a good title, isn't it? Yeah. So the focus is on balancing your levels of life because you want to be balanced. This is balance right here. But a lot of you go like this. Why does that happen? All sorts of things cause that. You might have disagreements at work. You might have problems in your life. You might have lost a loved one or a family member. When you lose a loved one and a family member, it takes time to recover from that. Families, you can't replace them. Loved one, yeah, it depends. Husband, wife, whatever it is. Significant other takes time. You had good times with them. And then after a couple of years, you might find somebody different and someone that you want to share your life with. But, sometimes you got to understand what that means. Some people don't understand what that means. I'm not saying you don't know, but some never experience it. No matter where you meet people online. Online is just the same as meeting them in person. Okay. The only difference is online. The thing about online is a phone. Okay. You met them on the phone. Okay. That's basically the internet. That's what it is. It's a network. Network stream across the digits and numbers. And so on the planet, everybody's hooked up to the internet. Okay. Other countries. Otherwise, you can get on your bicycle and ride to there, but you can't. You're too far away. And we have a lot of distances from each other. So, you have to connect with each other. And grievances, when you lose somebody you love or somebody pass away, you're like this to the ground. It's hard. It takes a long time. And if you remember what they look like and you're walking around, you might see somebody like them. You start to break down. Your eyes get red, or you might want to tear. It's all right to tear. You're releasing yourself. If you haven't released yourself from the loved one in the past, then you have it still bottled up inside. If you didn't cry at the funeral or the wake, you left that inside you, or they passed in the house, wherever that they passed. You didn't cry, you didn't shed a tear. You hold up, you hold it in. You got to release that so you can move on to yourself. Sometimes people don't move on; they stick, they hold on. Yeah. Well, sure, you got pictures, videos, and stuff like that. Pictures will eventually fade. You got to protect those. Either digitize them or get them on the computer, or got to keep them away from heat. Especially those old ones. Pictures change colors. But like I said, if this is how you are right now. Especially at work, when people call you names, or people at school, you may go to school, and people call you names. You go from this right down like that. And if you're grieving on top of that, it's even really down to the ground. It's tough. You can't handle it. It's too much. You're overwhelmed. It's overwhelming. You can't handle both. It's too much. You can't handle them. You can't handle name calling, put downs, and you're grieving at the same time. Or it's opposite way. You can't handle feeling you're on your own, everybody's gone, you're the last one of your kind. It's tough. And some people can cope. And some people are all right with, hey, yeah, it's all right. I'm okay. Everything's cool. But deep down, it's not. They go home to an empty house. There's nobody in there. Oh, you might have pets running around, but still, there's nobody there. Nobody to comfort you. Yeah, it's tough. Or you have no pets. Yeah, you might have AIs in the house. Artificial intelligence. I'm sure they can keep you company. They can sing to you. They can do all sorts of things. But, they're there. If you didn't have them, oh my goodness. It'd be pretty rough. Imagine they didn't have computers. And there was nothing, just a phone to communicate with people. CB radio or ham radio. No, CB radio, citizen band radio. Which was a way that people communicate before they had what you have today. But yeah, things have changed. Look what you have today. You got social media. There was no social media a couple years ago. Well, a couple. Was it maybe 10? Yeah, 10, almost 30, 20 years. Yeah, 20. Yeah, 20 years. A little over 20. No social media. Nothing. This online services. They're a little different. You dial them up and you get on there. It's not real time stuff. Then it got advanced and everybody went to the internet. And look where we are today. Yeah. See, the internet helps you, kind of cope. So you go like this. Then you meet that special person and then you go like this. Because that special person brings something to the table you didn't have. They're different. They're not the same that you've been with. They're different for a reason. Everybody's going to be different. Nobody's going to be the same. Yeah. Can't make them what you had. They're not what you had before. They're their own unique individual. They have their own thoughts, their own ways of doing things. The same thing as you. You have your own thoughts and ways of doing things too. Sometimes you have to give in, If they're working with you and trying to get you where you need to be, work with them too. Yeah. So you can be like this. You want to be like this in your life, always. Happiness, and if you can get up to this plateau, that's great. Some of you are like this at this level. But if you can get up this high, that's good. Everything's working out. You got a good job, get a good woman, get a good husband, get a good significant other or a different partner, whatever it is you like to be with. Yeah, you have everything's working good. You have a good house, everything's working out, everything's going good. You're positive, you stay happy, no arguments, no fighting, no screaming, no nothing. Everything's perfect, right? Perfect world. Yes, it can be, but you got to make it that way. So you got to understand, no matter what kind of work you're doing, it doesn't matter right now. Whatever you're going, maybe you're pursuing, it's extending your career. You're going to college, trade school. I've been to trade school. Let's see, I think I've been to 2 of them. Yeah. Respiratory therapist. And then the second one was to do with the airline reservationist. Yeah. Or it was actually 7 different things. It had to do with the industry, mostly the travel industry. Yeah, so it covers everything. It's a lot. It's like you get certified in all those areas, and you get like a 2-year degree. Yeah. I studied like crazy for 2 years. I took the first test, I got over 100%. I think it was 110. That was the highest score in the whole class. Yeah. But hey, I studied. I didn't know all the codes and everything. But I was dedicated to do all that. And you go like this. Otherwise, you go down this way. You want to stay up as high as you can. This high is good. If you're here, that's all right too. But you want to stay as high. If you find that right person, you're there with them. Okay? Don't let them go. Don't let them stray away. It can happen. Sometimes they need time for themselves too. Sometimes it's too overwhelming and they need that time. And you have to give them time. But they have to remember one thing. It's time to get to know each other. It's time to have that fun. You had your time, that space in between. Okay. But when you're together, I mean, you can go through what you have to do. Like that. And you stay like this. You balance your energy. Okay? You got to balance it. Okay? Balance yourself. You got to balance it. If you don't balance yourself, you're going to have that problem. You got to balance everything. You got to be balanced. Okay? Do you understand? Good. I'm glad you do. This is just a simple healing. Okay? Spiritual healing. Balancing your life. Whatever I said. I'm picking it out right now. But, yeah. At this point, you know what it's about. Okay? You, number one. You're there. Okay? Remember, all these sessions are for you. Okay? And you know who you are. There's many of you out there. All right? So it covers everybody. Watch a session over and over again until you feel balance in your life. I understand what it means. Anything hurt you, let it out. Cry it out. Get it out of your system. You got to get it out. Don't keep things bottled up inside. Whether you lost somebody or somebody's passed on, get them out of yourself so you can move on. And you give the next person a chance. And you have a nice time together. Okay? Or you're trying to get over a lost family member. Family members, ones that they're tough. Very tough. That, you take your own time for that. Okay. All right. So now you know how to keep yourself balanced in life and keep yourself going. And try not to go down here. Try to keep yourself up. You feel low, get back up. That's what this session is for, is to help you stay balanced. This is balance right here. And you want to say, and the more you can say balance like this, the better you are. Okay? I try to make nothing bother me. You know, sometimes it's better that way, you know? But once you feel that happiness, you feel that change in your life, and when changes come, a paradox opens, and you walk right through it, and you enjoy that life. And something happens, and the paradox closes. Whoever you meet, whoever you find, stick with them no matter what. Through life to death, you stick with them. And from death and beyond, that's how that goes. Okay, that's all I can tell you. I can't tell you. I can tell you more, but it's best that you don't know more. Let's go with that. Thank you for joining. Hey, did you like it? Great. Hey, why don't you subscribe? Subscribe and support. By subscribing, you're saying thanks to me. And you help the channel out too. It grows even more. We're trying to get to 6,000. Okay, great. Thank you. Hey, subs and members, thank you for your support and your subbing. Great. Okay. Thank you very much. And channel members, thank you for your support in me. Thank you very much. Okay. You're all free to, you're free to go. Okay. And everybody else who's watching. Everybody's free to go. See you next time. Bye for now.